Good afternoon and welcome back to the iRacing Israel League. We're live from Bathurst Mount Panorama for rounds 9 and 10 of the season. It is one of the most difficult circuits around the world, and we'll have the BMW GT3s and GT4s out on track here today. The championship battles, well, we've seen twists and turns throughout this season, but Jeroen Levi leads it by with 73 points in the GT3s, and Reem Gross leads it in. Reem Gross leads it in the GT3s, and Jeroen Levi leads it in the GT4s. 73 for Levi and 76 for Gross at the top of their categories. And we're looking at two races here tonight, as always, with the iRacing Israel League. We've seen incredible action at Monza, at Sebring, but this will be a whole different challenge. Overtaking, probably one of the most difficult circuits to make any moves around, and the walls are so tight and they're so punishing. Any mistake that you make, especially as you go up the mountain, and at the top of the mountain, we're looking at Draw Last here on his qualifying attempt. They might just be able to squeeze in 2 laps if they're quick enough. And here's Reem Gross. He's coming down through the Dipper and the S's. This is your championship leader in the GT3 class, and definitely one of the favorites for pole position here tonight. Coming down the Conrod Straight, to set a lap. Nobody set a lap, and this is probably the longest lap we've had all season long, so it will take some time for drivers to actually get their laps completed. But still looking at the 44 machine, the blue and dark blue car of Reem Gross as he rounds the final turn at Murray's Corner. Across the line to set a 2-minute 5.161. That is provisional pole for the time being. We'll have a look if there's anybody else on a lap that might be quick enough. Davieron goes into P3 with a 205.696. Looking further down the field, Tyon Baba goes into 4th position. Adar Melamed into 1st of the GT4s, ahead of Yuda Hodben Yosef in 2nd position. Minutes 16.3 for Ben Yosef. Melamed at a 2-minute 16.0. One more attempt for everybody here. Looking also at what the GT3s can do. Yuval Merrick, he's currently 2nd, but he does look quite promising. If we look at the current sectors, Reem Gross was just a little bit quicker through Sector 1. We'll see what goes on in Sector 2. And my predicted lap timing screen, it does look like Yuval Merrick is on is going on a quicker lap, not so through the sectors, so close to that outside wall, incredibly close to that outside wall, and that's how you make lap time around this place. It's not easy, but that's the only way to do it. You've got to go super duper close to those walls to make any sort of lap time, especially at Forest Elbow, like you saw there for the 25 machine. He went all the way to that wall. Maybe it wasn't great because he looked like to lose. It looked like he lost the rear just a little bit. But here we go down into Murray's Corner. See who is quicker this time round. We'll see what that final sector delivers for us. Yuval Merrick will be the first to cross the line. He does improve to provisional pole for the time being, but what happens with Reem Gross? Doesn't improve. So lost quite a bit of time in the final sector. That's where he dropped all of his lap time. Final sector was the big loss. This is Dar Melamed on your screens at the moment. He's coming up to finish his lap. Looking at my predicted timing, he's going to be well ahead of everybody else. No other improvements in the GT3s. 15.5, that is pole position by a long, long way. Yehuda Ben Yosef goes with a 2-minute 16.3, and that's all she wrote. This is Urine Levi, championship leader in the GT4s, but not going to have enough time to even set a lap here. And Baba's out of this one as well. So this is qualifying session, I would call it over, because nobody can still improve. Yuval Merrick takes pole with a 2-minute 5.041, just a 10th ahead of Reem Gross, who was on for pole position, but lost it all in the final sector of the lap. Then we've got Nadav Yaron with about 6.5 tenths off pole position, ahead of Tyon Baba in 4th, 5th for Yossi Gabay, and 6th for Arnon Levi in the 89 machine, the 39 machine. Mark Zubarev takes 7th ahead of Tal Stern in 8th position. That rounds out your GT3. Zadar Melamed takes pole position in the GT4s, a convincing pole position by over half a second ahead of Yehuda Ben Yosef in the number 10 machine, who starts in 10th position. Yaron Levi in 11th, ahead of Aviv Cohen in 12th. Dror Last takes 13th ahead of Gabriel Fuchs in 14th position, and that is your grid order here at Bathurst Mount Panorama. It will be a short run to the flag here at Bathurst. They're right at the beginning of the chase, so at the end of the Conrad Straight. So we won't have to have a full formation lap around this place, but we're sure to get quite a bit of action once the race does get going. You can hear drivers revving their engines as they get ready to get this race underway. I'm sure everybody's very much excited to do so. It will be a very frantic start, I can tell you right now, because drivers are going to want to gain those positions as soon as possible. Because after that, well, it's difficult to make moves, especially at the top of the mountain. 66 degrees Fahrenheit is your air temperature, 75 on the track, and an 8-mile-per-hour northern wind here on the circuit. If you like metric units more, it's 19 degrees Celsius in the air, 24 on track, and a 17 km/h, 16 to 17 km/h wind out on the circuit, and 87% of humidity out on track. It is a clear day, and it's 10:27 a.m. virtual standard time out here on the circuit. But here we go. Yuval Merrick and Reem Gross on that front row of the grid. Yuval Merrick in the dark green machine, Reem Gross in the blue one, as they're coming up to the grid. The Porsche pace car will pull away and will leave Yuval Merrick to dictate the speed, and he gets it going super early, even before Murray's corner. Here we go, on to the front straight we come. Everybody line astern at the moment. Big battle in the GT4s. I think they're side by side for the lead. Nope, actually, Adar Melamed has got enough of a gap that, well, he didn't really need to defend that one, but he does anyway into turn one. Here we go. Battle for the lead between Yuval Merrick and Reem Gross. Reem Gross goes to the outside. He's going to go into Griffin's men on, well, I wouldn't call it the preferred line, but at least it's the cleaner line into the turn. To the outside, not going to make the move. Tries to stick it out the outside. Nope, not going to happen. That was just a little bit optimistic maybe to make that move around the outside there. Through the cutting they go, and, well, relatively cleanly through is everybody. Looking at any incidents, no incidents really, so everybody being super duper cautious. Here's Aviv Cohen battling for second position in the GT4s ahead against Yehuda Hod Ben Yosef in the number 10 machine, 10th overall as well. That's number 10 machine and 10th overall. Here we go, through the top of the mountain and through Skyline they come. Down the hill they run. Big commitment that you need through there, through the dipper and on to now. They go to Forest Elbow. See if anybody makes any moves there. Somebody's had an incident. We'll get to that in a moment because now Aviv Cohen is side by side with Yehuda Hod Ben Yosef for second position in the GT4 class. Still side by side as they go in to the right-hander. At the chase, still side by side, they're gonna come, and now, finally, Aviv Cohen gets the position, but I don't think this battle's done just yet. Battle for the lead, by the way, that's still sitting at about half a second, so we'll get to that if anything happens there. And once we get through a few turns, we might just have a chance to look at a replay because Aviv Cohen goes wide, but continues to hold position and actually starts to decrease the gap to Adar Melamed up in front. Riem Gross on your screens right now. 3/10 behind Yuval Merrick. Still has a chance to make a move. Yurin Levi, he's spun it. He's spun it round, and this is your GT4 championship leader. Let's have a look at the replay. All on his own, and is he going to touch the barrier? No, gets out of that one, but nope, gets out of both barriers. Beautifully, he stays clean, doesn't touch anything, but that is him down into 8th. And Yehuda Hod Ben Yosef coming back at Aviv Cohen. This battle's not done, and Aviv Cohen shuts the door right in front of his face. But this battle's not done just yet. We know we've had another crash by Ivo Fechinov. Oh, big hit into the wall. Actually, these are drivers that we missed for some reason in our grid. Don't know why that happened. I think maybe something went on with our broadcast graphics. We'll have a look as this race finishes. But here we go. Arnon Levi versus Yossi Gabay for 4th position as they come through the chase. Will there be a move into the chicane? Nope. Arnon Levi holds on to it for the time being. Doesn't make any rash moves. We'll have a look at Yehuda Hod Ben Yosef in a moment, but as he gets closer to Aviv Cohen. Fastest lap of the race by Yuval Merrick as he continues to lead this one. Omri Farag against Gabriel Fuchs through the chase as well, but no moves being made. Pops out of that one. Yurin Levi doesn't make a move as well. That's ahead against Gilead Heskia for 7th place in the GT4 ranks. Quite a few close battles, but not many where moves are being made. This one, though, still battle going on. Again, no move made. Flash of the lights, so not happy about something is Omri Farag against Gabriel Fuchs. He'll try and make another move here as they run through on to Griffin's Bend. Gap's coming down, so GT4 is clearly the slipstream working much more than what goes on in the GT3 class, but let's head back to this battle for the lead. They're already at Forest Elbow. I was gonna say the cutting. No, they're already at Forest Elbow. The GT3 is obviously a much faster class. Looks like a bit of a time game by Yuval Merrick, and we've seen that before in qualifying. Yuval Merrick much quicker in this final section of the circuit. That's where he gains time. And, well, that's the best overtaking opportunity you've got. But Reem Gross getting closer and closer and closer and closer. Doesn't happen. Just yet doesn't happen. And that gap's still at about 3/10. So this lap, Reem Gross has been much quicker. Has gained quite a bit of time. Here is that comparison. So 10th lost by Reem Gross on lap 2, 2/10 gained on lap 3. So a net gain of about 1/10 of a second for Reem Gross. Need to look at this battle. Not gonna happen yet, but this is a big one. This is free cars. Yurin Levi against Omri Farag and Gabriel Fuchs right in front of them. To the inside goes Levi, and wow, off the road, Omri Farag, but stays on it, and he's going to have an incident with Gabriel Fuchs, pushes him off the road. Not sure how the stewards are going to look at that one, but kind of cleared the way for Yurin Levi to get through, and Omri Farag, well, interesting move. Wow, very slow off the exit compared to Yurin Levi, who actually gets the position even before the start-finish line, and he's going to get it into Hell Corner, into Turn 1, and this time gets through cleanly. This is obviously the place where he spun previously. Let's have a look at this replay, though. So this is what happened to Omri Farag. So he goes in side by side, goes off wide, touches the grass, and then is very... Oh, yeah. Just went off on the grass and, I mean, wasn't confident on the brakes. Here we go. Battle for the lead once again. Reem Gross right on the back of Yuval Merrick, and this is the closest he's been so far in this race. Stays behind, though, for the time being. Doesn't make a move just yet. Reem Gross right behind Yuval Merrick, but he's getting closer and closer, and he's putting more and more pressure on him as well. Here's on board with Reem Gross. Look at how close he is. Is he going to show his nose down into Turn 1? Nope. Thinks better of it. He's going to wait. Yuval Merrick up in front, losing the rear a little bit. Not the best exit that he could have hoped for. But if Yuval Merrick stays to the inside, I don't really see an option here for Reem Gross unless he's super-duper confident into Griffin's Bend, which is Turn 2 at the end of the mountain straight here. To the outside goes Reem Gross. Doesn't happen, and Yuval Merrick closes that door as well. So the lead battle stays as it was. Through the left they come now, in through the cutting. One of the more difficult parts of the track, I'd call them. Really to get your braking right, to use the camber of that place, and to use the uphill nature just to help you stop the car. But if you try and do it too late, if you try to be too late on the brakes, well, you're gonna be in the wall. Through McPhillamy Park they come, and onto Skyline. This track, real beauty and real driver's circuit. Even if you don't have the perfect setup or the perfect car, you can really make a difference by being fast and having that commitment. And this is what I've heard being said on the WRC side as they're racing in Portugal this weekend. They've said you need commitment, and if somebody's going faster, they've got more commitment. I think that's the case for Bathurst Mountain Panorama as well. You need to have commitment, and well, looks like Yuval Merrick just had a bit more commitment as he went downhill, but it does very much look like Reem Gross can gain quite a lot of time all the way up to McPhillamy Park, and from that point on, he kind of loses it. Look on these huge braking zones. Look at how much he gains. Again, right on the tail of Yuval Merrick, but we'll see if Yuval Merrick can hold on to this one more time. Looking from the back of Yuval Merrick now at this camera shot. I think Yuval Merrick's going to close the inside just one more time into Griffin's Bend. Yep, still holds on to it, so no move being made just yet as they come up to traffic, and this is not a GT4 traffic in front, I believe. That's a GT3 car by the looks of it. It is. It's the 030. That's Mark Zubarev. He's lost quite a bit of time, so probably had some kind of issue, but lets the leaders through quite easily. Here's the onboard with Reem Gross as he comes down Skyline. Look at how close the walls get to you. Through into the dipper, they're gonna come. Huge dip. The car kind of flies up into the air, and you have to get back on the power because you need to have an exit through the right and through Forest's Elbow as they'll get on to the Conrad Straight once again. Still on board with Reem Gross. Quite a lot of work with the wheel as he goes down the hill, but look at how much time he lost once again. So again, same story. He gains a lot of time all the way up to McPhillamy Park at the top of the mountain, and then once they start heading down the mountain, they start Reem Gross starts losing time. And often that can actually be the case of car setup as well. If a driver is more in driver confidence as well, but sometimes you might set up a car that's better down the hill, worse up the hill. But it just looks like Reem Gross maybe doesn't have the confidence to run that car at that pace down the hill, so has to back out of it, while Yuval Merrick maybe doesn't have the confidence to run it that fast up the hill and loses time there. But the important part is, for Yuval Merrick, that he gains time as they come through Forest Elbow and creates enough of a gap to where he's seem more calm in the lead. One of the GT4s lets them back past. That's Ivo Fachinov, who gives them space and lets the leaders continue to fight. This is your closest battle on track, and the battle for the lead overall. Amir Melamed still in the lead of the GT4s. As we finally get the timing tower working. We had some issues with our graphics, but hopefully all good now, so you can finally see what's actually going on. Adar Melamed continues to lead in a GT4 ahead of Aviv Cohen and Yehudahod Ben Yosef in P3, P4 for Dror Last, P5 for Yurin Levi. Yuval Merrick in P1 here in the GT3s as they come through Forest Elbow on to the Conrad Straight. I think this is the closest we've seen Reem Gross on to the back straight for quite a while. So let's see if Reem Gross can think of a move against Yuval Merrick. Just under 6 minutes to go now as they come through the chase and into the braking zone here. No, not yet. Not making a move just yet. But just a little bit too far away. Now that cap under 0.3 of a second, so he's very much in attack range as they get the braking done into Murray's Corner. And on to back to turn one. Reem Gross, fastest lap of the race. 2-minute 4.755. Fastest lap of the race by about 1/10 of a second ahead of what Yuval Merrick has done. And these two absolutely ahead of everybody by massive margins. They're ahead by a second a lap, over a second a lap. You can have a comparison, last 3 laps ahead against Nadav Yaron, Yuval Merrick has gained 1.3, and 2.1 seconds. And even his fastest lap is about a second quicker than what Nadav Yaron has said. So these two, Yuval Merrick and Reem Gross, are absolutely bossing the field at the moment. Look at the gaps. Look at the differences between them two. Yuval Merrick faster on lap 5, faster on lap 6, then loses a bit of time to Reem Gross on lap 7. Gaps are tiny between these two, and imagine how much these two are sweating, and I can't imagine the heart rate behind the wheel for these two. 4 minutes to go, so next time they cross the line, it will be 2 to go. More chances for Yuval Merrick to make a move. Again, super close as they head down the hill. Closest we've seen for a while. Definitely now the gap really coming down because he's really using the slipstream. We'll see what happens through the chase as they both come through the left-hander. To the inside is Reem Gross, and Reem Gross might just be able to make a move. And they're still side by side as they come into the final corner. To the outside is Yuval Merrick. To the inside is Reem Gross. Still side by side, almost banging wheels as they come through the braking zone. But Reem Gross finally takes the lead of this race. But I'm sure the battle's not done. I'm sure Yuval Merrick has a response to this. And, well, Reem Gross has used the traffic to his advantage. He made the move at the right point because then he could put that GT4 car in between them. Now he's going to do a bit of a weave, try and get the slipstream off for Yuval Merrick, but we'll see how this gap changes as they come through. By the way, this is for GT4, for the lead in GT4. Something's happened to Adar Melamed. There's clearly damage on his car. Something's clearly wrong because I saw him lose time, and, well, this is what happened. Here we go. This is a replay of whatever happened here. So at the top of Skyline. Oh, and he's going to hit the wall to the inside. Wow, that's a huge hit. And, well, that car is definitely not new now, and he's gonna struggle. Garin Levi, he's off as well, so it's very much kicked off. Well, the race felt like it went into a bit of a lull, but definitely not now as he gets it going. Let's have a replay here. So this is Garin Levi, and runs into the back of driver in 9th overall, I believe. So Tyan Baba ran into the back of him, but Yuval Merrick, he's back. He's back with the battle against Reem Gross. They're overtaking the 4 machine of Gilead Heskia in the GT4, is getting past him, so stays behind does Yuval Merrick. Thought maybe there was a chance for Reem Gross to lose him, but clearly not. There's also a battle for second in GT4, and we'll get to it if nothing else happens here for the lead. But that gap for the lead still super close. Yehuda Hod Ben Yosef against Adar Melamed for second place in GT4. Battle going on as the white flag is in the air to take the final lap of the race, to start the final lap of the race for these two leaders. Adar Melamed looks to have got it more under control, and we think Mark Subarev has had an incident out on track somewhere as well. Let's have a replay of that into the chase, and, well, that one was all on his own. This is Yehuda Hod Ben Yosef as they come through the top of the mountain, and down the skyline they go. Adar Melamed has gotten the gap now to Yehuda Hod Ben Yosef. Done a good job to get that gap. Somebody off the road. I think he's just letting the leaders by because they know that the battle's intense. I think that was Dror last, actually, letting them through. 4th position in the GT4s, but has nobody in front and nobody behind, so can do that. Wow, super close to the wall goes Yuval Merrick, but he's 7/10 behind. I don't think he's going to be able to make a move, and a little bit frustrated as he moves his wheel around. Down the Conrad straight they both go. And I think this might just be another race victory for Reem Gross. And that's going to extend his championship lead against Yuval Merrick, who's second in the standings coming into this one. Well, we'll see how the reverse grid race goes as well. But Reem Gross will take race 1 here at Bathurst Mount Panorama as he wins in GT3. We'll head to Aviv Cohen, who's just actually started the lap in GT4. He's got hungry drivers right behind him. That battle continues on. It's Yehuda Hod Ben Yosef versus Adar Melamed. And almost into the wall for Yehuda Hod Ben Yosef, but survives this one for the time being. They've got a GT3 there behind them as well. The driver in 9th place. GT3s? Maybe not. Maybe that's just wrong. Oh no, that was for position actually. That's Sion Baba getting through. For position overall, not for position in class. And that's created a gap big enough for Adar Melamed to maybe relax just a little bit and be able to bring this one home, but big slide. And well, I was going to say relax. Any thought of relaxing is kind of gone now. That gap down to about half a second, goes wide again. I think there might still be a chance for Yehuda Hod Ben Yosef. There's definitely a chance. That gap under a 10th now. Well, now under a 10th. Here we go. Down the Conrad straight, and with damage is Adar Melamed. He's not going to have a chance to fight down the straight. He might have a chance to fight into the braking zone, but no. Not enough, and well, that self-inflicted mistake has bitten him hard. But here is your GT4 race leader, and now race winner Aviv Cohen takes the win ahead of Yehuda Hod Ben Yosef, and Adar Melamed takes P3 after leading for the longest part of the race. Unfortunately, he's had an incident. He had that incident and lost those positions. So here you go. This is the race 1 result. Reem Gross takes the win ahead of Yuval Merrick, Nadav Yaron, Arnon Levi. Yossi Gabay takes 5th, 6th for Sion Baba. Mark Zubarev in 7th, and Tal Stern 6 laps down in 8th position. For the GT4s, it was Aviv Cohen taking the win ahead of Yehuda Hod Ben Yosef. Adar Melamed in 3rd, 4th for Dror Last, 5th for Gilead Heskia. Yirin Levi in 6th, 7th for Gabriel Fuchs. Ivo Fachanov in 8th, Omri Farag in 9th. Yes, Asaf Yaron in 10th. And that is your grid order done as we head for race 2. And with the way the grid has been flipped, Yehuda Hod Ben Yosef and Aviv Cohen, and they're going to give that place, yep, they're going to give those places back to the GT3s. Was, I think, just a little glitch in the system, and they got in front of the GT3s in the reverse grid. That wasn't supposed to happen. So Sion Baba will take the start here. He's going to be the one who's going to lead them away. And gets it going very, very early on once again as we run through down into turn 1. A little bit of bumping and banging right behind, but still everybody stays just about clean enough as they come through turn 1. Again, no real big issues for any of the drivers. Well, big battle there in the GT4s. Big incident in the back of the GT4s. This is a battle for 5th position side by side, and Yuval Merrick against Arnon Levi, and almost gets it done. I think he's gonna just about get it done. Yep, he does, and through the cutting they go with Yuval Merrick now up into 5th position. Aviv Cohen leads the GT4s ahead of Yehuda Ben Yosef and Adar Melamed. So that top 3 has stayed the same, but Adar Melamed losing the rear just a little bit. He's got Mark Zubarev in the GT3s behind him. Reem Gross, he's a man on a mission. Catching up to Nadav Yaron in P3. He's going to have a chance to get one up on his rival, Yuval Merrick, who's right behind this battle, but this is a freeway fight for the lead. Tzion Baba leads it ahead of Yossi Gabay, ahead of Nadav Yaron, ahead of Reem Gross. As we come down through the chase for the first time, who's going to be the first one to blink? Who's going to be the first one to make a move? It is Nadav Yaron who makes a move down the inside of Yossi Gabay. Nothing happens between them, but something's happened to Reem Gross. Reem Gross off the road, very much off the road. I think contact with Yuval Merrick, who's waited for him. Now they're going to go side by side into the final turn. And Reem Gross just about stays in front. Meanwhile, in the GT4s, this is the battle for the lead. Huge battles for the lead in both categories, as Mark Zubarev has gotten in front of all of them now. This is your battle, separated by about half a second from the lead to P3, and big slide, and off the road into the wall goes Adar Melamed. Everybody's going to have to avoid him. That was all on his own. Adar Melamed, he was favorite to win this one once again. He was so quick in qualifying, but mistakes coming up and, well, ruining his battle. Urain Levi, by the way, he's making a move on drawer last to the outside and gets it done just about. Wow, that required a lot of commitment. And this is a chance for Gilead Heskia to make a move as well. He does and gets past drawer last for 11th position and 4th in the GT4s after that mistake from Adar Melamed. Yehuda Ben Yosef still putting in the pressure on Aviv Cohen. Putting in a lot of pressure over on Aviv Cohen. Loses a bit of that time now. And not going to have a chance to do anything here, but something's happened behind, definitely. Urain Levi, he's down onto pit road. This is Gabriel Fuchs with Omri Farag right behind him. We'll get back to this one in just a moment's time. Urain Levi has definitely had an incident. Let's have a replay. Here we go, down into the dipper. Wow, all on his own, and everybody else has to avoid him, and creates a bit of a traffic jam here. Still side by side, well, now side by side between Yehuda Ben Yosef and Aviv Cohen for the lead of the GT4s. Yehuda Ben Yosef gets a beautiful run out of the final turn, and he's going to make the move stick before turn one, essentially making a move around the outside, but I don't think this is over. Wow, huge slide by Aviv Cohen. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. Reem Gross gets past Arnon Levi for P4 in GT3. Let's have a quick look at a replay of that. Gross actually let R9 Levi by, and then overtook him once again. We missed quite a bit of that story, I guess. Oh, big incident, huge incident up in front, and that puts Reem Gross up into second place. Something's happened between Nadav Yaron and a wall or something potentially there, because Nadav Yaron has quite a bit of damage on the front. This is a chance for Yuval Merrick as well to get past and get those positions and start catching Reem Gross once again. He needs these positions if he still wants to mount a championship battle here. Tries the outside. He still tries the outside, and he's gonna make the move around the outside of one. He's gonna make the move around the outside of another. Wow. Yuval Merrick just took two drivers around the outside, but actually Nadav Yaron comes down onto Nadav Yaron comes down onto pit road as Yuval Merrick took both R9 Levi and Nadav Yaron around the outside. Through the chase, I've started to lose my voice with that move. Let's have a quick look at what happened to Nadav Yaron right here. Oh, that was the 17 spun around, and he got collected in the rejoin, so I was wrong by saying it was contact with a wall. There was no fault of Nadav Yaron there at all. Just got collected in it. Yehuda Ben Yosef and Aviv Cohen. These two are locked in together. This battle for the lead is not going to stop in the GT4s. Doesn't make the move just yet, so we'll have to wait. By the way, that 17 machine, that was Yossi Gabay with that rejoin. 12 minutes to go in this one. Weather conditions staying very similar. Wind has picked up a little bit, but not a huge difference. As we continue to watch Yehuda Ben Yosef, Reem Gross, most positions gained with 4. Omri Farag with 4 as well. And Yuval Merrick has gained 2. Yep, that does make sense. I was trying to calculate it in my head, and it makes sense for a second. But it does make sense, yes. Gilead Heskia has gained 2 as well, and Mark Zubrev has gained 2. Slide for Yehuda Ben Yosef, and that puts him out of reach now for the lead in the GT4 class, and the gaps have opened up just a little bit more. Reem Gross did gain about half a second last time round over Tan Baba, who, well, where was this pace in race 1? Because he's just set a 2-minute 5.5. And is now holding on to that lead. 4.5 seconds, 4.7, 4.8, that gap for the lead. So I call it pretty safe. And he's just going to have to not lose his head. By the way, Nadav Yaron, even with that pit stop, he stays in 6th position. A very short stop. 24.6 seconds in pit lane, so very short pit stop, so maybe just a very short fix that he needed to do there. Maybe just needed to get some tape on the car. That's how that incident, that's how that short of a pit stop happened for him. That's incredibly short. 1.7 seconds stationary. Not much you can do in that time frame. We'll keep you posted on the lead gap in the GT3s, because now we're back to the lead battle in the GT4s, as Yehuda Ben Yosef has caught up quite a bit to Aviv Cohen and is going to try and make a move. New fastest lap of the race by Reem Gross, 2 minutes 4.669, but that is about 7/10 quicker than what San Baba did. It's 5.3 by the number 5 machine in the lead. As the number 10 gets closer to 34, Yehuda Ben Yosef versus Aviv Cohen for the lead in the GT4s. Aviv wins this one. It's going to be 2 out of 2. If Yehuda Ben Yosef can stop him, well, it would be 1 each and 1 second place each if that move happens. The series has thrown out a lot of surprises, with drivers who maybe haven't been as quick in race 1 being super fast in race 2. That referring more to the GT3s. GT4s have been relatively calm both times. Relatively calm in who's quickest. It's always the same faces we see. Definitely not calm in terms of racing. It's been a crazy class in terms of racing wherever we went. And this continues here at Bathurst Mount Panorama, where again, favorite Adar Melamed has made a mistake this time round. Well, in race 1 and in race 2, after being more than half a second on pole position and leading it comfortably in race 1, race 2, well, made the mistake quite early on. Four tenths separate these two. Aviv Cohen versus Yehuda Ben Yosef for the lead in the GT4 class. Let's ride on board. This Reem Gross sets another fastest lap of the race. On board with Ben Yosef in the 10 machine as he gets closer and closer to Aviv. And wow, scratches the wall as well there on the outside. Again, loses the rear and doesn't have a chance to take the lead off of Aviv. So, a few more laps to catch back up and to try again. Reem Gross is getting closer and closer to Zion Baba. Well, it does say Reem Gross in first. He's not in first. But let's just have a look at how much he's gained. Oh, Zion Baba off the road. Wow, that was unexpected. So, Zion Baba has lost 6 tenths, 2 tenths, and 3 tenths in those last few laps, but no, that's not correct. Right. Trying to see if this works. Here we go. Now it's correct. So, lost Reem Gross half a second, 6 tenths, 9 tenths on lap 6. Let's see what happens here on lap 7. We saw Zion Baba make that mistake at the top of the mountain to lose time. And, well, now Reem Gross smells blood, and he's going to try and catch up. You've got 3 laps to go, does do the race leaders in GT3. Zion Baba continues to lead, but Reem Gross getting closer and closer. Another 9 tenths gained last time around by Reem. And we'll get back to this battle soon. But battle again for the GT4 lead. Yehuda Ben Yosef getting closer once again. We'll see what happens now through Forest Elbow. If he doesn't make that mistake he's done so many times today. He might just have a chance at taking the lead. So close to the wall. Almost took out the virtual cameraman there on the outside of Forrest's elbow. But here we go. Down the back straight. Down Conrad straight they go. 3/10. That gap going down and down and down. But we've also had a change for the lead in GT3. We'll get back to that one and what happened to Tyon Baba in a moment, because this is the GT4 battle. Super close by Yehuda Ben Yosef, almost taken out, almost touching Aviv Cohen there, but not happening. And these two have a lot of respect for each other, battling beautifully for the lead of the GT4 class, for the lead of this race. Battle continues to run between these two drivers. We'll see what changes, but I'm going to try and find what happened to Tyon Baba to lose that much time. Let's have a look at a replay right here. So this is Tyon on your screens. He goes down the inside and spins it. Wow, that's how he lost the lead of the race. And here came Ruben Gross and took it for free. That's a position for free, I'd call it. Back to the battle of the GT4 lead. We saw a replay in the exact same spot of the track. Now it's live pictures, but this time it's the GT4 battle for the lead. Lots of battles for the lead. We love it. You love to see battles for the lead. But here comes Yehuda Ben Yosef, still on the back of Aviv Cohen. Aviv doing a great job holding on. It's not easy to do around a place like this, around Mount Panorama. It's definitely one of the more difficult places in the world to hold on to the lead with so much pressure behind you. Any small mistake means you are in the wall. And, well, Aviv Cohen has extended his gap to about 0.8 of a second. They're going to have 2 laps remaining, I believe, as they cross the line. We'll have a look at where the overall race leader is. He's just a little bit too far away. I think he's just crossing into sector 3. Yep, he's not going to overtake these two. So it might just be... Yep, it should be 2 laps to go for the GT4s. This is Yossi Gabay getting past the GT4 field. He's going to go up to 7th overall, but that doesn't change his position in the GT4 in the GT3 category. He stays 7th in the GT3s, and that, well, now gives clear road to Aviv Cohen and Yehuda Ben Yosef to fight it out for the win in GT4. Tyon Baba has actually stayed within a second, well, just a bit over a second, of Reem Gross. And Yuval Merrick hasn't been able to catch. So even if it's not a race win, Tyon Baba might just be able to stay in second position and will take a well-deserved podium. He's driven a beautiful race here in race 2. One of the GT4s giving space. That was Ivo Fachinov giving space to your 2 race leaders. Actually, Tyon Baba getting closer to Reem Gross. It's yeah, now losing time, maybe just gaining a bit on entry. But sometimes it's easier to follow than to lead. A lot of times it's easier to follow than to lead. Here we go. Down to Conrad Straight once again, as the 10 tries to catch the 34. Ben Yosef versus Cohen. In through the chase they go, And gonna have to wait again. Not close enough to make any move. Still too far away. He'll have one more try at this one. Through the final turn they come. They're going to get the white flag from Barney the Flagman. And it's going to be one more lap to go here from Bathurst Mount Panorama. But this is your race leader, Reem Gross, coming round the chase and round the chicane at the chase, as he's going to take another race win here at Bathurst Mount Panorama to make it a perfect day for the 44. Reem Gross wins race 2 as Sion Baba finishes in the second. Yuval Merrick in P3. That's a beautiful run through for them. Aviv Cohen still within battle against Yehuda Hod Ben Yosef. For the lead of the GT4 race. Cohen continues to hold on. By the way, Mark Zubarev has finished in 4th. Nadav Yaron finishes in 5th. 6th will go to Arnon Levi. Yossi Gabay will finish in 7th. Here we go. This battle continues, by the way. Adar Melamed has gone up into 4th in the GT4s here at the dying moments of this race. Here comes Ben Yosef. I think he might just be a little bit too far away one more time, and try as he may, just not close enough. One more real corner to go. He's so close now. I think he just outbraked himself a little bit. He's lost a bit on the exit. Is he going to try anything into the final turn? I don't think he can. It would be a send for the ages. He doesn't. Aviv Cohen, 2 out of 2 here tonight from Bathurst Mount Panorama. As Yehuda Ben Yosef finishes in 2nd. He was close, but not close enough. Here comes Adar Melamed. He's overtaken Dror last. Up into 4th position he goes, but this is not the way he wanted this race to go. He had the pace to win it. He finishes 3rd in race 1, 4th in race 2. And Omri Farrick will be the final car to cross the line. And that is your day finished here from Bathurst Mount Panorama. In race 2, Reem Gross takes the win ahead of Sion Baba. Yuval Merrick finishes 3rd, 4th for Mark Zubarev, 5th for Nadav Yaron, 6th for Arnon Levi, 7th for Yossi Gabay, 8th for Tal Stern, as he finishes 11 laps down. He wasn't out on track in this one. Aviv Cohen takes the win ahead of Yehuda Ben Yosef. Gilead Heskia in 3rd ahead of Adar Melamed in 4th. Dror last in 5th. 6th for Omri Farag. 7th for Gabriel Fuchs. Ivo Fachinov in 8th. 9th for Yerin Levi. And 10th for Asaf Yaron. We'll be back on May 27th in the regular Monday spot for the iRacing Israel League, as we'll head to the wonderful Suzuka circuit in Japan. It has been a pleasure being with you here tonight, and from all of us at OBS and the iRacing Israel League, we wish you a good night and see you in 2 weeks' time from Suzuka.